Lions
Detroit.
fans rejoicing. They are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Jules, start us off.
3-1-3.
Do you agree or disagree?
Well, first off, shout out Techno Bowl. Is that Techno Bowl?
Yeah, some old school.
Techno Bowl. I like it.
We paid extra for that.
Something happened to the Kansas City Chiefs.
They lost?
They lost. They still have the same record as the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions have done great things this year. But I can't read their mannerisms. I can't read it because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them go into the playoffs and win a game that's a gotta-have-it type game. They went last year, played against the Niners, had a lead on them. What happened? They lost that game. It reminds me very similar to the 2022 Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, they go in there, they had every sack in the world, sack records, third most sacks in the world, play against Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't sack them once. You know, it's a different game when you play in the last game, and that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about they're favored to win the last game of the year. They've done some great things, and they can.
But you're not ready to crown him yet.
Not ready to crown him. Patrick Mahomes. You got Patrick Mahomes. They don't have Patrick Mahomes yet.
And look, guys, anything is possible for the Detroit Lions team. They're playing some of their best football in franchise history. You look at this team on the offensive, defensive side of the ball, it's nothing that they can't do wrong. But I always go back when I think about this team and the greatness that they're displaying right now. The Baltimore game last year, the top teams in the AFC, you know, they went into Baltimore and they lost by 30. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs early last season, but still, that game right there was a telltale sign. These are some of the teams that you're going to run into in the end. Can you match that energy when it's all said and done?
Okay, so you're not ready to crown them yet because you've got to see
like
more
where they
from
are.
them. All right.
I like where they are.
Charles, another one that we saw in there was Josh Allen, the favorite to win MVP. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, your DraftKings, Carissa, would say that he's the favorite. They have him at plus 125 right now, and he's having a great season, over 2,500 yards passing, 18 touchdowns. Probably the most impressive thing is only 5 turnovers. He's had double-digit turnovers in each of his years, except for this year, including 2. So, yeah, you know, I think we get enamored with quarterbacks a lot of times. But, man, 9th on that list is Saquon Barkley. Here's a guy who is 2nd in rushing yards behind Henry, 1st in all-purpose yards at 134 all-purpose yards a game. The guy has 8 touchdowns. But we all know when the Eagles get to the 1-yard line, what do they look to do? Push the tush. This guy could have. A little reversal. Like this guy could have almost 20 touchdowns, and he would get the ball when they get down to the 1-yard line. So, Saquon Barkley, when you think about the Philadelphia Eagles right now, he's the star of stars. They got A.J. Brown. They have Devontae Smith. They have Jalen Hurts. But when you think about the Eagles, you think about Saquon Barkley. So he's 9th on the list. So when you talk about who's the MVP right now of the entire NFL, Saquon Barkley is my favorite.
You can make a case. The last non-quarterback to win an MVP was Adrian Peterson, way back in 2012.
I thought MVPs were quarterbacks.
Well, it would seem so. Because the first 8 people are quarterbacks.
Most of the time it's quarterback.
It's kind of ironic. 2 years ago, running back wasn't even valued.
I like Charles standing up for my guy.
Making a case. Our MVP